It's the Cable MTG Show.
The two cards that I think are first pickable in this pack are the Mana Crypt and the Academy. We had a pretty sick artifact deck yesterday. One issue with taking the Academy is, like, you're probably not wheeling the Crypt or the Retrofitter. I mean, Retrofitter's a maybe. Yeah, it's kind of a weak pack. I don't think Retrofitter's coming back. Captain Maple Syrup, thanks to the sub. Thanks for 43 months there. Syrup says, in honor of your trophy, fire in my prime. Hell yeah, Syrup. I'm going to take Mana Crypt. Let's take Mana Crypt and draft something aggro, huh? Something real fucking aggro. Which means Stoneforge here. A little Stoneforge Mystic action. Is Crypt not a tier above Academy? Nope. Academy is much better in some decks. So, no, I put them in the same tier because that's what I meant. How do you want me to respond to that? I guess I'm just going to take the library here. It's like Wheel of Fortune, Skyclave. Yeah. Bartaboos, thanks for getting a sub. Congratulations to Cookie12. Very kind. Did I see the CMFP 1234 resub? 75-month resub? That's a lot of months. Crypt is more flexible. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you feel like drafting artifacts, so that's totally fine. It doesn't make one a tier above the other because it's flexible. Survival Master is pretty good off of a turn 1 Mana Crypt, but it is pretty miserable otherwise. I was going to take Bombardment here and hope the Ajani thing happens again, but in a more straightforward shell. Tracker is not a bad one for the turn 1 Mana Crypt. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Does Library fit your aggro strategy? Library fits every strategy. Every single deck. Library is leyline of win the game against your opponent's slow deck, regardless of how many removal spells or counter spells they have. That does not suddenly stop happening if you're playing an aggro deck. Or a combo deck or a control deck yourself, right? Thraben's really nice with Gut, Tom. Just give you a lot of fodder for sacrificing. I think you gotta take the Vantage, though. I think you just gotta grab the good fixing when you see it. This is not a potential Lyris deck, no. If you crypt a Gut on turn 1, do you sack the crypt? What? That's not a question with a definitive answer, Dobbs. The Gut is not attacking on turn 1. You're, like, untapping on your turn 2, and then you can, like, evaluate. You can play other things from your hand, or you can sack the crypt then. That's... Yeah, not a real question. Maybe if it comes into play. Spellbinder is another good one to play turn 1 off Mana Crypt. I'm usually not too high on it, but I think that pushes it over the heat. Some nice interaction spells, huh? The Oust and the Discharge. The Draco Sword does get better with Mana Crypt in my pile, of course. Like, turn 3 is way different than turn 5. It was smart of them to put Rakaric in the cube to nerf Boros a little bit. Add an unplayable to the packs. Skyclave's great. The double white is awkward with the colorless mana in our deck so far. Look at that tracker going around. Jeez. Hey, there we go. Now that's an exciting wheel right there. Yeah, the Rabble Master improved a little bit with the Gut and the Bombardment. Obviously, we took the Bombardment over it. But they do play well to nice together. So it's not too early that we couldn't consider splashing this Minsc Boom. The question is it worth putting the strain on the mana base, and what are you giving up for that pick? Out of this pack, there's a couple of 4s that are, like, very medium. There's a Jetmir's Garden. I'm not very fond of comes to play tapped lands. And then there's a Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is the best at what it does, but there are a lot of cards in Vintage Cube that do similar things to Lightning Bolt. They can't just, like, have a bunch of bolts in there. So there's, like, you know, Firebolt and a bunch of other, like, random burn spells. Galvanic Discharge, right? I think I'm going to take the Minsc. I think I'm going to do it. And here we're going to grab a Johnny. The Taiga's tempting because we just got the Minsc. I think a Johnny in Bombardment is better than Minsc. I think it's really fucked up. Worth making sure we get it. And there's other picks where we might get a green source for the Minsc. There's really just the one of Johnny. It's like Twin. It's like Twin if both pieces cost 2 mana and removal wasn't very good. Yeah, we needed more 3-drops. A little bit of life gain to offset the Crypt could come up. Play one of them aggro mirrors. A lot of good cards here. Pound for pound, Bloodbraid, I think, wins more games. But I'm not 100% on the green splash. Not 100% there. I think I'm just going to take the Jacked Rabbit, and that'll be like one more card that plays well with Mana Crypt and Goblin Bombardment. Hello. Jacking Rabbits is a great time, yeah. All the busted red whites cards this pack. Yeah, I mean, so like it might have happened regardless, but there's a reason that I like taking the if I'm already in a color combination, I want to take all the appropriate fixing when I see it in pack 1, because you're like kind of cutting that color combination from other people. And then you see the good gold cards later in packs. Path here would be great, but I'm just going to take the Plateau. Taking the Plateau, like making the red-white mana better, also increases the chance that we get to splash the Minsc Boo. So in a way, we're just making the deck more powerful. I kind of don't hate the Amped Raptor. With the Discharge here and a little bit of energy. Is that or Winds? Winds is solid. Maybe we just need the removal spell. Sup, Mom? Yeah, let's take Mother of Runes over Flame Slash. This is a Forest Plains, but ideally we wouldn't have comes to play tap lands in the mana base. I think Mother of Runes is better than a random removal spell. I am, like, continuing to pass all this removal, but that's okay. Now, a Tri-Land that's all 3 colors is a little bit better. Outside chance I play that Fire Blast. Chariot's just Revoker. If you're charioting a mana rock, it is just Revoker, yeah. If you want to chariot a Planeswalker, it's much, much worse. That's one that I kind of hope gets cut from the cube. I've used it like as reasonably as a sideboard card for these white decks. Kind of in spots where I would board in Revoker, where the opponent just like has a ton of mana rocks. But it's kind of a narrow slot, right? Of only white, an only white pseudo Revoker. White's got so many better cards. Gonna get our pick here. Aspirant's good. We don't have a ton of synergies except for the Jacked Rabbit. Yeah, it's probably good enough. I like Epic here a lot, so I was kind of thinking about it. Help bin cards for Flage and such. Another red permanent for a Johnny. Had I taken the Aspirant. I think we'll be good on red permanents, though. Looking pretty reasonable. Be a really good guide deck, right? We have like all of the energy pieces. Oh, this is a sexy pack. Yeah, the fetch is tempting, the Paragoyf is tempting, and the swords is tempting. And all of those are a level above the commercial district, which would be my 4th pick in this pack. Oh shit, what up? Hey, it's Corrida. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 31 months. I'm gonna take the Paragoyf. Currently, like, we have some things to do with the Mana Crypt, but I kind of want to raise our curve a little bit so it doesn't just, like, fall off on turn 4. Swords is really good, though. And the Marsh Flats would obviously be great. Increase the chance we can play the Minsk. I think we'll be okay, though. I think we'll be okay on green fixing. Wow, this pack fucking sucks by comparison. It's like all sideboard cards. Line Sash is funny on Jacked Rabbit. It's also something for Stoneforge Mystic to grab. I don't know how much I care about that. If I was serious about green, the Cherry would be a great pickup. Yeah, I think I'm just grabbing a sideboard card. Looting not good here? Not really. It's a good spot for a Savannah. A Braid here is okay. Glorybringer here is okay. I think I'm just going to grab another green duel, huh? Mint's starting to look a little freer. Ooh, Deathgreeter's Champion versus Sacred Foundry. Let's take Champion. I think Champion's good enough to take over a duel. It's red-white escape card. Yeah, I mean, if the opponent's not putting your cards in the graveyard as the aggro deck, then they're dead, right? You don't have to, like, turbo out Flage. That's a good point. Foundry might just wheel. Where was the Gear Hulk yesterday? After that draft yesterday, we immediately drafted a Gear Hulk deck. But it was funny that it didn't show up in the Stip draft. So Esper Sentinel's kind of good with Aspirant. I've been wanting to play with this Insatiable Hero card, so I'm going to grab that instead. Doing reasonable on playables here. Not much of a Mentor deck. Not really a Ren and 6 deck either. I'm just going to throw Ghost Vacuum in the sideboard. Have some tools versus Reanimator. Green is usually underdrafted, Colton. We just saw Ren and 6 go by too, and that's like a premium green card, in my opinion. Looking at Bone Giant, Portable Hole, Adeline. I think the Bone Giant fits what I'm doing a little bit better. Another card, you can just turn one off, Mana Crypt. And this is enough playables, so any other card we pick up is going to be replacing an existing card or filling out our mana base, Hey, Value Engine, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 3 months there. Oh, did I pass to Cauldron? That's what happens when I take the Stoneforge Mystic out of the deck. I forget it exists. Yeah, Cauldron would have been a good pickup. It's like one of the reasons I grabbed the Stoneforge Mystic earlier. How real is the classic heuristic of you need 2 colored sources to splash a card these days? Oh, pretty not real. Like, I wouldn't play this Minskin Boo with just 2 green sources. Even 4 is, like, a little iffy. I want my decks to be consistent. Not a lot of room to stumble in Vintage Cube. The Sphy Triome is more fixing, but we have a couple of comes into play tap lands already. I'm just going to grab Glory Beam. That's true. Splashing a normal sealed is very different from Vintage Cube. That said, I didn't really like splashing in the most recent sealed set. Wasn't high on it. So my worst card is probably Burst Lightning, but we are a bit low on actual removal. It's weird, but Skyclave's almost a cut just because of the double white on 3. I don't think I'm going to do it. It's nice that it's got the abilities separated here. So you can like stack it and then stack it to Goblin Bombardment. What are the odds on whiffing with Amped Raptor? We've got 11 hits. Oh no, we have 12 hits with the Mana Crypt and then 12 misses. It's like a 50-50 card. I think I'm into it. I think I'm into the Raptor. Am I that low in removal? Yes. Yes, I am. Great question. Are you the thing you just said you are? I am. I might cut Rabble Master just because it sucks shit. Even though it's good with the bombardment and the gut. I think I'm gonna take a pee break and go think about it. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Gonna go. Let's see. Got plenty of water. Yeah, I'm just gonna go pee. Stretch my legs for a sec. My first break of the day here. BRB. All right. Yeah, Wait Lion, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 47 months. And EPL66, thanks for the 18 months there. Appreciate you both. Hope everyone's having a pleasant Wednesday Eve. Or whatever time zone it is where you're at. Some people suggested playing 16 mana sources. We can see what the color counts look like when we do that. There are a couple of 5s up here that I'd like to play on time, though. I think this is going to end up being too many white sources. Because we have like Savannah and Razor Ridge Thicket there. My wine cap mushroom cultures came in the mail today. Kind of exciting. A little early, but apparently they keep well like 3 months if you store them in the fridge. And that'll be plenty of time. Basically, it's just like a bag of sawdust with a bunch of like awesome mushroom shit in it. And then when I like fill out the raised beds, I'll put that sawdust down and then a layer of wood chips over it. And then the mushrooms will go to work doing good stuff for the dirt. And hopefully some wine caps will sprout up, huh? That'd be cool. But they can take a while, I think. Hey, Funk Splash, thanks to the saw. Thanks to 24 months there, the 2 years. What games did I buy for my variety day? You got Spiritfarer, and you're having a splendid time right now with it. Spiritfarer is on my list, Cody. The games that I have scooped up recently are Enter the Gungeon, Jotun Valhalla Edition, Sundered, Risk of Rain 2, Tribes of Midgard, Spiritfarer. I think Spiritfarer and Mouthwashing are the 2 main ones. And then Roots of Yggdrasil has really good reviews as well. But I certainly intend to play Spiritfarer, and there's a good chance that I play Mouthwashing. And there's like a bunch of other stuff that I want to try out. And then if I want to play a deck builder at some point, I might do some of that. Alright, I was going to do the mana counts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red. Is like enough, but like I think we can do better. For white, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only one more, Yeah, let's do 9 and 9. Oh, we just had an extra lane slot. Moto was understaffing us. All right. Bloom. Literally all the games you got too. Spring sale was banging. The spring sale was banging, yeah. Most of those, like a good chunk of those are based on chat recommendations. I think I'd be into this on the draw. It's a little iffy on the play. You have 2 attempts towards your next land drop. You're sneeping here. Gamble, you just want a Raptor? Next turn I could have commercial districted first. Maybe that would have been better. Oh shit! I can deal myself some damage. Gambling. No! My value! Actually, let's keep this so we can like play it and plus flip it next turn. What does Evora do? When you discard a card, it gets a +1/+1 counter, and then when it connects to the opponent, it spits out blood tokens, so it kind of grows itself. You said opponents so dead they don't even know. It kind of feels like they knew. It feels they seemed aware. Hand's a little slow. Slow but powerful, huh? Opponent took a mole, resolving it once upon a time here. Well, that might speed things up a little bit. Just gonna keep it in hand, though. Possible that exposing the Ajani is incorrect, but we have a lot of other nice plays lined up here. They are just done. They did mull on the play. It's possible that they're just like whiffing on lands, and that's frustrating enough to pack it. But my hand's very good, so. Maybe the league will show up again. There we go. There we go. Gonna have kind of a painful turn one here. Because of the Sunbaked Canyons, my untapped red source. You could go like Commercial District Pass or like Plains Usher Pass. I'm going to play the Bone Crusher though. I'm going to attack for 4 on turn 2. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what cowards would do, but this is what I'm going to do. How long does caffeine stay in your system? Like 8 hours, right? 5 to 6 hours. Okay, cool. I've been enjoying sleeping well lately. So I was just double checking. 4 to 6 hours is the half-life. Gotcha. Caffeine at noon for you will keep you up. Sure. I think you're right that it probably varies. I have a pretty regular 3 or 4 tea a day diet, though. I think I'll be all right. Oh, the Ren rebuying. Interesting. Look at me winning flips. I like activating the Usher, but I don't think it's better than getting the Mother down. Dropping to 4 life doesn't seem great when we have Mother Runes and a 4-power critter. Maybe they had Natural Order hand and wanted to make sure that they would untap with the green source, or green critter rather. I was pretty surprised by no blocks though. Yeah, so the opponent's green, but we didn't see a ton of creatures. Usually you would board in Pyrokinesis against a green deck to like ideally hit like a Mana Dork and a thing. I think I'm just gonna submit. Actually, I am gonna bring it in. I'll bring it in over Rabblemaster. Rabblemaster is a little bit worse on the draw. A little bit worse against big green creatures. Hopefully, Dev Clocks. Now I have the pyrokinesis, but I'm just gonna burst lightning their critter anyway. There'll be other targets. If they're playing Llanowar Elves, there'll be other targets, I was gonna Amped Raptor on 2. I think I'm gonna Static Prison the Ren. Gordikai? What's Gordikai? Or who is Gordikai, I should say. My search for Gordikai just brings up magic results, so I don't know. I don't understand is that the real Gordikai questions? I know my opponent is Gordikai, but why are people like, I wonder if that's the real person when this person only exists as a Magic Online person? Like, this is literally the only profile I can find for Gordikai Online is my opponent. So why, I don't understand. No, my Glory Bringer. Hey, Gargadon, thanks for 54 months for the cube. Is there a player? There's a player that posts decks under that name? Yeah, it's them. It's like, that's very clearly them. So what? Hey, Splashiok, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 19 months there. This wouldn't be the worst turn to like let them have it back and then Flage the Wadley out of the way and clear it. We're at 14 though. I think I'm just gonna keep on paying the energy. God damn it, Keel. Yeah, you're fine, little double. Got excited because you recognized my opponent. 5 mana, That's a brutal pest infestation. Yeah, it looks like it would have gone way better for me if I had let the Static Prison die, because now the rain gets to clear the Raptor. Oh, we can't come in the middle of the fucking album. We can't do that. Just need a Johnny now, That is too much information, Adman B. Oh my. Bands with Legends made the same joke. Oh, Twitch chat. We got Minskin Boo Mana here. That'd be a sweet rip. Opponent's got 5 cards in hand. It's a lot of cards. More 5-drops from them. Cut it out. Well, an 8/8's troubling. Oh, nice. I don't know if there's lethal in there somewhere, but it seemed good. I don't think it would be quite lethal, right? So like we burned 8 damage on the Rex, but then the Flage is also connecting to get them down to 7. One way to skin a cat. That's an 8/8 fucking dinosaur. Or you're talking about my cat that I skinned by launching it in the Goblin Bombardment. Lot of cat skinning, yeah. Cat skinning reminds me of the German animated film Felidae. Good movie, I think. I don't know if that recommendation is going to get many people to check it out. Ooh, we got ourselves another finals. Hello. There's something deleting on the Luminarch. Chat. Someone in chat literally asked me about turn 1 gut, whether you sack the Mana Crypt on 2. That could be a solid opener here, right? Where we go turn 1 gut and then turn 2 Minskin Boom, and then serve in and sack the Mana Crypt. Getting the Luminarch rolling appeals to me, though. Mistrise Village. Enters tapped unless you control a mountain or forest. And 1 blue tap. So it's not Cavern, and it takes a blue at least. And Anzid's sad because Anzid enjoys countering things. Interesting. This is a good finals draw, Turn 1 play into turn 2 Minskin Boom. Dees, if you like winning. What are you hoping to resolve with that? What format is so counterspell heavy that it's worth like investing a lot of mana, making something uncounterable? Oh, yeah, they're talking about my opener? Yeah. That's hard to argue with. Do. I was hoping to find my like 1 exile spell in the deck. No attack. If they'd attacked, I would have double blocked to play around like a swords or a path there. And then we still would have had 7 damage on our turn. I think it would have worked out. Taking a moment to appreciate that dope shirt. Oh, that I'm wearing? Yeah, it's a Hawaiian shirt with like kind of a fancy pattern. Let's go. Little nice, huh? I use it as a date night shirt sometimes. What kind of pants am I wearing? Some old slacks. I wear like the same kind of black slacks pretty much all the time. I've got a variety of shorts, but in terms of pants, I'm pretty much just wearing black slacks. I found a pair that like don't fall down when I'm not wearing a belt. And that's awesome. And they're very comfortable, and they last a long time. And so every time I need pants now, I just order the same exact size and brand. Sometimes it's okay to be boring. I don't really have shirts that don't go well with black slacks. You know, it's like. Wearing slacks to stream is wild to you. They're comfortable. I've been like fucking hauling wood and stuff in these pants too. Why would I wear a different item of clothing if these ones are comfy and fit well and breathe? Commando for streaming? Yeah, I don't do that. The big fan of relaxing, of giving my friends some space to breathe, you know. But it's just like the outside concern that like your webcam falls or something. I like to stay covered. The closest I get is my bathrobe streams. Very slow draw here. Definitely need a mana crypt. Bathroom breaks shorter? Not really. My bathroom breaks are like timed. They're gonna be like a minute and a half or 3 minutes. And if I ever go over 3 minutes, it's because I'm taking a massive, so. Should I just like get in? Let's just go. I feel like neither deck is really operating at full capacity here. Good chance it gets countered on the replay, of course. Countering plus draw 2, sure. High Tide. Trinket Mage. Candelabra would be funny with the High Tide going. Another in the tank, though. Yeah, they clearly knew that they were going to play the High Tide this turn. I'm surprised they didn't know what they were Trinket Maging for, too. Why did I board out all my artifacts? Oh, they found a Mana Vault, sure. Tinkering, sure. Blightsteel again, okay. 6 mana. Golos. For Saga, nice. Well, probably not winning this one. Yeah, we could throw 4 damage at face here, and then Pyrogoyf is worth 5 if we hit a land. That's just like not quite good enough. Maybe I'll play the Creator Maker and pass, and then like Burst Lightning their face. Fetch could get us to 6. Sure. Bank. No, there's Ottawara in the graveyard. What are you talking about? Twitch chat always trying to steer me wrong. Bummer. So close, huh? 2 burn spells, hit the land, Pyrogoyf, hit him down to 1. 1 lousy life. The burst lightning was lightning bolt, That game made me want to board in Fire Blast. How many actual mountains do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not really enough, is it? Yeah, we just needed a few lane drops a little earlier. That game. Not sure if I'm supposed to play a full Jacked Rabbit or keep drawing with Library here. I think it's like kind of borderline. The risk is the Rabbit getting countered. I haven't seen a ton of counters out of them. And I guess it takes them off activating Saga. I'm just going to play a larger Rabbit. Hell yeah, Geeky. We're in game 3 of the finals here. So far, we've beaten a Blightsteel and lost to a Blightsteel. Tinker did not sack Mana Vault. Interesting. Every time they tinker, they tank, and both times they've gotten Blightsteel. So we don't want to. So they just rebought their Tinker. So we don't want to Static Prison the Portal because we still need it to answer Blightsteel. The Portal's going to rebuy Jacked Rabbit and Amped Raptor, and those are cards that I have answers for, right? Just going to double spell here. I'm going to get the Bone Crusher and the Gut down. Flage is also dangerous. We don't want to play Flage until we can play it and rebuy it on the same turn. Is it not weird that they didn't go Blightsteel this time around? No, not necessarily. I mean, they rebought the Tinker. So they could get Blightsteel here. They also might have had Portal in hand one of those other times. Who knows, right? You just don't know. Oh, that's true. They could have the Blightsteel in hand right now. Though I don't know if they would have spent the mana to rebuy Tinker if that was the case. How's the Auto Enchantment been? It's been okay. Certainly not the worst new card to show up. It being able to rebuy Time Walk is kind of cute. Oh shit, what up? Hey J BoomTube, thanks for the 76 months there. Much love and appreciation to you as well. Yeah, I might just have to Static Prison that Portal and try and set up a win through a Blightsteel. Question here whether to keep the Mother of Runes or the Crypt. I wouldn't say probably in hand, Real Man. We don't know that. Oh, well. I would say definitely in hand now. Pretty close to getting this Flage back, huh? Plenty of energy for the Static Prison. I'm glad I didn't sit on the Static Prison long enough that I, like, lost to the portal. At a certain point, it was like, okay, well, maybe we can beat a Blightsteel here if we get rid of the portal right now. But if the turn goes, if we, like, just keep on letting it stick around, we're going to end up losing to that. There's no lethal here, right? If we, like, sack the Flage to Gut, and they block here, they would take 8, 9, 10, 11. No, that's Xaxes. Glad I sacked the Mana Crypt instead of Mom last turn. Ooh, that's a Solitude. Putting them down to 4 life here. Wow. Portable Hole. Exiled Sunfall. Getting their portal to Phyrexia Bank. Jeez, what a fucking swing. And now the portal can get back the Flage, and they can just gain life every turn. Wait, no, our Skyclave can exile the Portable Hole. And that can exile Portal again. How do I feel about the Thicket? I'm going to hold on to it. We have 1 loot effect in the deck. I'm going to hold on to the Razor Verge in case I draw that. It'd be nice to be able to loot it away and get closer to Flage. Thinking about that Fire Blast I almost boarded in with 7 actual mountains. Right? Yeah, we weren't even sure if they were playing white. Oh, hey, a loot spell. Maybe that attack's bad because they replaced the blocker. No, my Flage! My beautiful Flage! Yeah, I don't know if there's a win through that mana drain. Probably, huh? Maybe the Ajani plus other line baits out the drain and then Gut comes down and wins. Ajani can't hit face, yeah. Face was 1 more damage. Face was 2 damage, right? With Ajani. The creature attacking was 2 damage, and Ajani going face was 2 damage. Is it the same? Storm Chasers just rebought mana drain. Hate that for me. Our guy had trample. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I just haven't played with that creature often enough. So they could be at 1 here instead of 2. I mean, I think if I had just done the Ajani thing first, they would have drained, and then the gut would have won. Is the real answer to that. What do I want to play next turn? It's so weird to bin Athari when it's like got haste and stuff, but we would almost need Mana Crypt to get there quickly. I think it would have been Aspirant. Maybe been Library. If I'm going to be tapping out anyway. I'm considering just like not. Like you play something here, they mana drain it, and then they like play a Karn and downtick or something. What if I just pass and wait until I've got like 4 mana and can double spell? Too bad they didn't bounce the Bone Crusher, huh? We only have a Minskin Boo Chrono. That's our only green card. Did Burst Lightning get exiled? No, it's in here. There's a Bombardment in here too. Touch the Spirit Realm, unfortunately, can't blink the portal. Or the prison, rather, to save it here. Do I have Spellbinder? So the portal can only get back Aspirant or Gut, neither of which win. I think we just let him have it for a turn. Ah, they've got Ottawara over there. Touch does flicker back under owner's control. So we could use that to get Gut back uncounterably, but we'll see. We'll see, friends. They kind of need to spend their turn Ottawara bouncing Spellbinder, which means I think playing Athari wins, because I don't think they can bounce. Oh, the gut is a legend, so the gut makes the Ottawara one cheaper, so they can Ottawara bounce and mana drain. Yeah, definitely a wild game. Correct, Ottawara is colorless. The Stepmom could prevent it. The bounce. Trinket Maging. The Trinket Mage will turn on Mox Opal. So the Academy taps for 3 and the Mana Vault taps for 3. I guess I just go to combat. So one issue with playing Spellbinder here is then if the opponent mana drains, then the portal gets to hit it. And we don't want to give them a flying blocker. We Spellbindered the Mystic Confluence. Taking the point of damage. Trying to think if the opponent's number of blockers matters. We're planning on touching the gut, but it's like whether do we do it after they've declared attackers or do we do it before. If we do it before, they might leave more blockers back. There's that Mystic Confluence, and we have Mother of Runes to protect one creature from getting bounced. Yes, you could win by flipping a Johnny. You could win by resolving a Thar. You could win by a few different ways. But it's worth thinking about what we can play around and what we can beat, huh? We're going to take that time, chat, instead of just like, can a Johnny go face? Like, come on. Come on. So Mystic Confluence, like Mother of Runes, doesn't brick it. It bounces 3 things. So if I blink out the gut, and the gut comes into play on my side, and then on my turn, if the Mystic Confluence targeting a Johnny Cat Warrior gut, what are you responding with, right? What are you doing? Or the beginning of combat, I guess we could lead on Spellbinder and like play Spellbinder first. But I think they have the mana to Mana Drain and Mystic Confluence. Bringing up suggestions, not your chat, not your what's the word? Not your purpose is the chat. You are not here to feed me lines. That is backseating, and we have rules against it. Don't do it. They have a shitload of mana, yeah. What happens if I double block here? And then use Mother on itself, giving pro blank. They probably play that Mystic Confluence. Complicated ass position, huh? Yeah, if I double block and have the Mother of Runes give itself pro blank, what do they do with the Mystic Confluence? Is a real question. Do they just triple bounce? And then pass with Mana Drain up? And then we blink out Gut. And they'd have 2 blockers for a Gut token. And they can counter a Johnny on the replay. But we could Spellbinder first. I think that wins. Spellbinder first to take Mana Drain and then play a Johnny. They can't stack damage on Mother of Runes because Mother of Runes is going to have pro black. Oh, our clocks are kind of close. I took that super long tank and we're only like a minute behind. Yeah, use your time if you need it, Got a touch here because it's going to come into play tapped on the end of turn. Or not tapped, but going to come into play at the end of turn. Wild board state. Clocks are evening up here. I think the opponent's considering Mystic Confluencing now. Bouncing the Mother of Runes, bouncing the Gut. You have decision paralysis and you're not even playing, right? So many cool options. Really sweet game, I think. I took my 2-minute tank. Now the opponent's taking their 2-minute tank. I feel better about my tank now that they have to like think for a bit. They know about the Spellbinder. A Solitude for the opponent would be really good here. Yeah. Why would you speak that evil? Very rare you see both players in the red in Vintage Cube, I think. The cube's gotten like so aggressive recently, so fast. The long grind matches are your favorite. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. I do need a short brutal one every once in a while. Wait, did they just draw 3? Mystic draw 3? That was the play. And we drew Burst Lightning, I'm anticlimactic end. Where we just had everything. Wild match, though. Super wild game. God, that was in the finals? That was in the finals? Jesus. Poison Type, thanks for gifting some subs.